I think what it takes is to generally care to see that person succeed, as opposed to look good doing it as you demonstrate. That's great. But you really want to see that person get a little bit better in that 55-minute class, whether it's their landing or their takeoff or they just smile a little bit more. Like just the smallest improvements can make a huge difference.
Welcome to the Leader's Mindset, where we bring you conversations with leaders who are making an impact in business and our communities. Today, I'm here with Fawnia Mondey. She is a fixture and a legend in our Las Vegas community here, and she is the founder and owner of Pole Fitness Studios, and she was kind enough to let us do this recording today in Pole Fitness Studios. So we are in, is this room A? Room 1.
The lobby does say A, so
okay.
Good job. Yeah.
So this is room 1, and this is kind of where like the main pole fitness classes happen, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of action that goes down here.
Yeah.
And this is one of 5 rooms.
One of 5 rooms. We're going to talk all about the facility here. We're going to talk about everything that goes on here. But I do want to start with, you are known, not by me, not by you, not just kind of by people around here. You are known worldwide as the world's first pole dancing instructor.
That is what I've been told. Yes.
Yeah, it's you started back in 1994.
Yep, correct.
In Canada.
Yes,
Victoria, of all places.
Victoria, British Columbia, the place of the newlywed and the nearly dead.
I have never heard that.
It's beautiful there.
I have never heard that. So one thing I know about pole dancing, and I don't know much about it. I've seen it, but I don't know much about pole dancing. It's very, very hard. It's not something you just jump in and do. You don't just grab a pole and go for it.
No, not anymore. And I think back, if we go back even 15, 20 years ago, people would go, I know a little bit about pole dancing, and they reference a strip club. Mm-hmm. But now there's no more referencing the clubs. We're referencing how hard it is, the endurance, the strength, even the courage to try it.
Yeah, and I think the courage aspect of this is very, very important because, as you said, 20 years ago, there was none of this.
Very few.
And now it's gained a lot more mainstream acceptance, but there's still a little bit of side eye.
Is there really? Because I was thinking about that on the way down. I'm like, is he going to ask me about the side eye? Mm-hmm. I really don't know if there is.
And you got the good side eye because this is my eye that doesn't work.
Okay.
So.
Oh, okay, cool. I've got one of those too. Well, I honestly feel like if you haven't heard that pole dancing is a workout, mm-hmm. you are hiding under a rock. Like, honestly, where have you been? Pole dancing is not a fad. That was a big question I had back in 2005 when I moved to Las Vegas. Mm-hmm. I was the only pole dancing studio at that time mm-hmm. in Vegas. And they said, was this a fad? What do you think? And I'm like, it is not a fad, everyone. This is here to stay. If you just try pole dancing, you're either going to have respect, you're going to absolutely love it, or you're going to just want to watch because it's extremely fun, not only for the doer, but for the viewer. Yeah. It is not going anywhere.
And I was living here in 2005 when I was stationed here in the Air Force when people first started talking about pole dancing as fitness.
Okay.
And you knew it wasn't a fad because you'd been doing it as fitness for 10 years. You'd been instructing people for 10 years.
Already by then.
But in 2005 in Vegas, there was not much of that. So how did you get started? How did you get started in the early 90s with pole dancing in general and then pole dancing as fitness?
Yeah, so in the 90s, I graduated from high school, and that year, for my 19th birthday, yes, I graduated when I was older. For my 19th birthday, I thought, I'm going to go to the strip club. How fun, because that's the legal drinking age in British Columbia. And by the end of the night, I had enough courage to ask the waitress, where's the pole dancing school? And she starts laughing, and I'm like, what's so funny? She's like, there's no school, silly. You just get up there and do it. And I was like, this is not right. There is a major void here. So I did my amateur night. I got picked up by an agent up there. You get paid by the club to be there. They pay you. Nowadays, I guess those days are gone, I've been hearing. Now it's very typical to what's in the United States where you pay a house fee. So anyway, as soon as I could learn one move, I finally learned the fireman spin, and I coined it that. And I thought, okay, I need to teach someone this. There's got to be other girls that are just as nervous as me. My jaw was shaking, and I didn't have any rhythm, no costumes. I couldn't walk in heels. I was 40 pounds heavier. All of it, fill in the blank. That was me. And so I started teaching right away, just knocking on the girls' doors, because we had a new group of women in the hotel above the strip club. Monty's in Victoria, which has now recently burned down, maybe about 5 years ago. And I would knock on the door, and I would just put my little business card under and say, I'm offering you classes. I can, $10 an hour. I just wanted to help people. I wasn't in it for the money, which is weird for a stripper to say that.
But it's very entrepreneurial. Because a lot of entrepreneurs get into the entrepreneurial business because they figured something out and they just want to help other people figure it out. And yes, it's great to get paid for that. Now, before we go any further, and what is a fireman spin? Because I know nothing about what happens in these kinds of clubs. So describe to us what a fire is. Is it this thing, or is that different?
That's the apprentice.
Okay.
Yes. So the fireman spin.
I had no idea there were names for all of these things.
Okay, and you might want to insert video here.
Yeah, if we can get some video from you,
but anyway,
we'll put it in.
Yeah, a fireman spin. Just imagine you're a fireman, and you have a call, and you have to. Nowadays, they don't make poles anymore so much in the fire halls, but you have to go down the pole, go down to the main level, get in your fire truck, and go. Mm-hmm. And so with a fireman spin, it's the same thing, but we're not going down floors. We just put our inside hand up, outside leg extends. Inhale, say a prayer, and you're going to swing your outside leg, wrap it in front, engage your abs, pick up your second leg, sit in a chair, go wee, then we land. And it's basically a rotation around the pole with your ass below your head.
Mm-hmm. So this is kind of the classic move that
yes.
that I've heard. Is kind of the classic.
Have you heard of it before?
That well, not the name of it, but this is kind of the like if you watch a movie.
Sure.
This is the move the girls are doing now. What is it when that but upside down?
Ew, that could be a helicopter.
Okay. Because,
right away, okay.
and one of the things I've mentioned how Fawnia is kind of a legend here in Vegas, and there are a lot of women who come through Pole Fitness Studio from all different occupations here, whether it's for fitness, whether they're dancers, whatever it is, and they train here and they work here with her. And on Instagram, I always see young women like the first time they get one of these moves.
Yeah.
They post it up on their Instagram, and
and if they're not posting, at least the crowd in the room are cheering.
Absolutely,
so everyone's just like you scored a goal. And some people keep it a secret. They don't tell anyone they're coming here for whatever reason. I know I've heard of some girlfriends whose boyfriends don't want them to come here. So that's a whole nother thing. Some people come here and we allow total privacy. I know we do have live stream classes, but the visuals are quite faded, so you can't really tell who's in the background. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we are cheering, and a lot of women are loving to yell from the mountaintops. I am doing this, hear me roar. It's definitely something not to hide anymore. I think similar to Australia, where pole dancing is just like going to go weightlifting, or you're going to go play racquetball or go swimming. Go roller skating, you're going to go pole dancing. It's just a workout.
And there are a lot of young women in Las Vegas whose jobs depend on them being fit.
True.
And a lot of them work out here, and pole dancing is a great workout for them to do that.
It is such a good workout. And actually, we get a lot of exotic dancers, and I call them exotic dancers because 30 years ago, that's what they were. Mm-hmm. Nowadays, they're strippers. Mm-hmm. We get a lot of ex-strippers that say, you know what, I quit 5-10 years ago, and my body has never been the same as when I was a dancer. So they're coming here to get that body back.
Yeah, you can't argue with the results. So check out. We're going to link up all the Instagram and everything, but check out the pictures and the videos on the Instagram, and you'll see what we're talking about for the results here. Yeah. So you talked a little bit how you got into the teaching of this because there was nobody taught you. You had to figure it out on your own. That's how a lot of the girls had to do it in Canada. I imagine that's how they all had to do it here in the States back in the day as well. So you decided, well, I can share what I've learned, and that's great, right?
Yep, pretty much. And it grew from there. So I was teaching just by putting a flyer under people's doors. So I'm only getting 6 new customers a week. And of that, maybe only 2 want to learn. So my boyfriend at the time, bless his heart, and I love him still to this day, so grateful, he said, why don't you make a video? I can loan you some money, and you can make a VHS tape. Mm-hmm. Okay. And
I need to point something out here before she goes on with this. This was the very first one of these.
Correct.
which in the mid 90s sounds crazy that it's the very first one, but this was the very first VHS instructional video on how to pole dance.
It's crazy to me. It really blows my mind because it was such an obvious thing back then to me, and VHS tapes were very popular, just like DVDs, and now you just have MP3 and probably will be connected to AI in no time. But VHS was everywhere. So why not a video on that? Because there's a video on how to do step class, whatever, you name it. So he lent me $1,000. I shot a video. Everything had to be in order because it was shot analog. Digital did exist, but it wasn't popular, and the guy I hired didn't have digital equipment. So I had to shoot everything.
Not in 94. Like Hollywood barely had digital equipment in 94.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then I don't feel so bad because I was like, oh. So I shot everything from simple to hard, and fast forward, it turned out that was the first video on how to do that. And I'm very grateful. He built a website on Netscape Navigator, and we were going way back. And then I was shipping them by mail, 4 to 6 weeks for delivery, $50 US per video.
Now, one of the things that did not hit me with this, I didn't realize you were doing this as a website. We have had 2 other tech founders on this podcast who started their companies originally in the mid 90s, and they were 2 of the very first e-commerce companies. You are now the 3rd business owner, founder who founded an e-commerce company in the 90s.
Wow.
You were taking orders over a website and you were shipping stuff.
Correct.
And if you go back and watch old episodes of this podcast, you'll see that like this was the days where you might like see what you wanted on the website, then you would have to download a form that you would fax to the company, then they would ship you your thing, and you might call them and give them your credit card number, which was crazy. We used to give credit card numbers over the phone. I mean,
yeah, I don't even know. Oh, no, we didn't even do that. You had to mail a check and pray.
Yeah, if you were not around in the 90s or don't remember the 90s, the idea that you would like send information like a credit card number over the internet.
Yeah, I couldn't even take credit cards.
It was crazy.
It was, I swear to God, it was a lot of checks. I remember all the pretty different pictures on those checks.
So you are, right now, as of this recording, you are the earliest e-commerce business that we have ever had on this podcast.
Oh, well, hey, high five about that. Yay.
This is why we do this podcast. So
that's cool.
And I do want to ask you because, and I didn't realize it was an e-commerce business, but what did you learn about business from recording this video and all the shipping and all the business aspects that had to go along with this?
Well, anything on a website or even not on a website, don't change your company name without thinking that through clearly. I've changed my company name about 4 or 5 times, and it can really hurt you. Though there's also benefits to doing it, especially if you're running away from something. But I wasn't. I was just, that's a whole nother podcast. But yeah, be clear about your company name and stick to it. Other than that, be patient and roll with the punches and try to adapt with technology. I was so against YouTube at one point. And if you look at my YouTube channel, I have 2 and there's not a lot going on, but I am going to dive into YouTube this year. But you do have to roll with technology. You don't want to be afraid of it.
And your Instagram, both your Instagram and the Pole Fitness Studio Instagram are fantastic.
Thank you. I run them both.
And like I said, I see a lot of posts just living in the Las Vegas community of women who work out here posting the things, the achievements they have in their fitness and the moves they can do. So we get to see a lot of Pole Fitness Studio in the Las Vegas community.
That's great.
It's really great. So
I'm happy to hear that.
So you were charging $50 a video.
$49.95.
$49.95. What did it cost you to ship a video back then?
Oh, not much. Maybe it depended where it was going. Most of the orders were in the United States, and I'm coming from Canada. So maybe $7.
Okay, so your margins were pretty good on the video.
I did really well for many, many years.
And when did it go from the video to you were actually starting to do classes in the clubs in Canada, right?
Correct. Yeah. So I would ask the club, hey, can I show up an hour before you open, or even 30 minutes just to show somebody something? So that actually happened right from 1994 till around 98, 99. I was still teaching in the clubs, 2000, 2001. And then in 2003, I moved to the Bahamas. And that's when I shot my 7th instructional video. So I had been shooting videos every 6 to 12 months. Pole work, dance moves and floor work, Fawnia Live on Stage, which is not available on DVD. It wasn't that popular. but it's one of the most popular ones now on Vimeo.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So check that out on Vimeo.
That out.
So,
Yeah, Fawnia Live on Stage.
And I have to say, we have mutual friends who have told me, I have a secret. I bought Fawnia's video when I was dancing.
I know who that is.
Yeah.
I know. Michelle. Yeah.
Michelle Davis, who's been a guest on the podcast.
Yes.
And we met a few years ago at her house for the first time. And then she reintroduced us so we could do this interview today. So at some point, you left Canada, you went to the Bahamas, and then you brought the whole thing to Vegas.
Yes.
What was it like bringing the whole thing to Vegas?
Yeah, that was a very interesting experience because everything in business, there's always a backstory. There's a person behind it. And I had met a man, and this was at the Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic. I used to do a lot of bodybuilding and writing for bodybuilding.com. And so I met this great guy, fall in love, and we move to Vegas. Well, our wedding got canceled. So I had to move to the United States with just 3 months' notice. And luckily my business is somewhat online because I was shipping videos. But it was kind of scary because I had to choose, okay, where am I going to live in the United States? Pick any city. And as a Canadian, that I traveled a little bit, but more like to Mexico and to Hawaii and Australia. I chose Las Vegas because I had been here 10 times previously for conventions like the Mr. Olympia. And it was fun, but also scary because I had nowhere to live. I didn't have a car. I had a tiny bit of savings, maybe like $5,000 maybe, and made it work. Emerald Suites, Crestwood Suites, an apartment. I got evicted. I lived in 3 places in the first 6 weeks. I had a computer.
You got here at a tough time too. What year did you get here?
I came here in 2005.
2005. It was hard to find a place here in 2005.
October 1st. Yeah.
I
didn't have a car.
The city was booming then. People were moving here left and right.
It was like 3 people a minute.
Yeah. You couldn't buy a house in this town. I remember 2005 was the year one of my friends put their house up for sale. I think the first day it was on the market, it went on the MLS, was like a Saturday morning. At 7 a.m., 6, whatever time things go on MLS.
Yeah.
By 8 a.m., they had 3 families standing in their driveway outbidding each other for that home.
Wow, it was a
They
crazy
sold it that
time.
day, the first day it went on the market.
Good for them.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I was a very proud renter, and I still am. But yeah, times were different back then. And I also didn't know where am I going to have a studio. I only knew one person. Her name was Suzanne. And yeah, I don't even know how I found Nina Waldman. I really don't know, but it might have been through her. I am not sure, so apologize if you're watching. But she owned a Pilates studio.
Vegas connections are always a little blurry.
They can be blurry, and back then I was pretty blurry. So I moved into a Pilates studio, and it was a beautiful space. On one side, you had your Cadillacs and Reformers, and on the other side of the window, you had a spare room. Beautiful wall, floors, mirrors, and I could put up 9 poles. So I would put up and down my poles before and after every class. And I was there for about 9 months, give or take. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that was good. That was a good start.
It was good.
What got you like, I got to have my own studio. I got to have my own place.
Yeah. My ex-husband, Damon, really pushed me. So we were in Henderson, and it was time for a few reasons, more about money. And he's like, it's time you really just get your own space. And we were just, I don't know, walking down the road one day, and we met this guy. I believe his name was Bob. Again, I apologize, Bob or Rob. And he has this space that used to be a boxing gym. He's like, come check it out. The owner's really cool. It's right near the Palms Hotel. Okay, we check it out, and you walk in. There's hardwood floor, then carpet, and then more carpet. It was really odd, and there were some office people in there, but he had used it for boxing, and I just thought, this is perfect. I'll take it, because it already had mirrors. That's a huge deal, and it was a nice, long, rectangular shape. I still have that studio today. It has been through so much. We no longer have 11 poles in there, but now it's a great space for our belly dancing, Latin dance, self-defense, you name it, gymnastics.
Yeah, and that's just across the parking lot here, right?
Yeah, we still have that great space.
Yeah, and we can jump into that is, yes, it's called Pole Fitness Studio, but there are many, many other things you do, including our good friend of the podcast, Ronnie Long, does self-defense.
That's right.
Here.
We renamed it, actually, Escape and Defense.
I like that better.
Yeah, because you really learn how to get out of zip ties, handcuffs, any situation, you learn to escape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what was the diversification off of pole dancing? What was the business decision to say, let's add some belly dancing, let's add the other things? Because again, I can't say this enough. Fawnia is kind of a pillar in our community, and she's known for, it's not just about pole dancing, it's about community, and it's about doing things for the community that are making the community better.
Yeah, thank you. No one's ever asked, why did I diversify? Well, when you're teaching, you're the only teacher in the beginning, you're teaching 6 to 8 hours a day. You get very tired, and pole dance instructors were hard to find. I was going to the Spearmint Rhino trying to find some girls, and you cannot rely on a stripper to show up or return your call. And
yeah,
then,
I've dated a few.
Okay. And then I had this great girl, Amy. She did return my call, but then I was the intoxicated, hungover one, and I never got her message, and that went for like a month. So that's not why I diversified, though. It was just more like I wanted more clientele. You want more business, and not everyone's into pole dancing for many reasons. So why not add? You could be ballet, vertical bar. It could be Zumba, which we've also had. Cardio kickboxing we've had. Latin dance, belly dance. Anything that involves, I only have not had tap dancing because I'm not going to bring in those floors. But
yeah, we had to take our shoes off to come in here. You guys can't see my feet, but
yes,
I don't have shoes on
Full
the
fitness studio.
I'm in my socks as we're recording this right now, so we can keep the floors nice and pristine.
Yeah, we try to keep it clean in here. Every year we try to get a little better, a little cleaner, and a little more patient. But I think it just brings a whole new walk of life when you add different modalities of dance. And I absolutely love the different characters. I think belly dance and hip hop, that community, many a times they don't even touch the pole, but we have a whole community of belly dancers and hip hoppers.
When did you start adding in the different kinds of classes beyond the pole dancing?
We added boot camp pretty soon after because I'm a certified personal trainer and group fitness instructor. So your push-ups, your squats, full body workout, that would be, I would say, maybe a year after. It was pretty quick. I love the gym.
Yeah, and we are going to talk about all the other things you have going on in a little bit. I want to get to that in a little bit. What do you think makes pole dancing such an attractive fitness option for young women? Why do they come here?
I do hear of girls saying, hi, what's your minimum age? Oh, it's why am I even stumbling? Because I'm pretending to be a kid. It's actually age 7 and up, and we just need your parents' signature. Oh, okay, I'm 18. Okay, great. Yeah, come on down.
Well, you're an adult, so come on down.
Come on down. Or if you're 16, 17, we just need your parent or guardian signature. But we do have classes for age 7 and up. Obviously, if you are 7 or 8, your mom's probably not putting you into the lap dance or striptease class, but you're welcome to take the aerial silks, lyra. Pole dancing's fantastic for youth. If you have autism or just some sort of trauma and you just need to dial into yourself, the spinning of the pole just helps you refocus.
Yeah, and that is one thing we haven't mentioned. With all the things we've mentioned that you do here at the studio, you have a whole room that is just those rings and scarves and ropes for the aerial stuff, right?
I love that you call it rings and scarves. I've never thought of it that way.
Yeah, I don't know what they're called, but that's, when you showed me that room a couple of weeks ago, I was like, oh, I've seen those.
Yes.
I have friends who do that.
Yes, we got the lyra, the hammock, the silks, and I would have no idea what they're called either. I dabble here and there, but we have professionals teaching that stuff.
Yeah, and it's professionals top to bottom in everything you're doing here, right?
Yes.
We talked about Ronnie, who, he's a security professional. He's not just some guy who's teaching this stuff.
What militant?
He was a Marine.
He's from the Marines.
Once a Marine, always a Marine.
Yeah, wow, and his strength.
Shout out to Ronnie Long, good friend of the podcast.
Yes, absolutely.
So what are some of the perceptions and expectations your clients come in when they come in for the first time? What are some of the perceptions and expectations they have, and how is it different from maybe the reality they learn over the weeks and months as they stick with it?
Sure, I think some people come here because they want to lose weight. Hey, okay, that's pretty obvious, and they do it, and they're like, oh wow, this is really hard, but extremely fun. And they keep coming back. And so they see changes in their body. They definitely feel like they're hit by a brick truck the next day. If they're in certain instructors' class, we won't mention Jenny or Brenda or Margarita or Johnny or Danny. But come to my class because I'm like a little pussycat. Sundays at 11. I'm very simple, level 1, grade 1, kindergarten, easy peasy.
That's pole dancing level 1 is what it's called.
It's level 1-2 because I'll throw in a little extra spin here and there.
Okay.
But yes, most people want to come to work out and they realize it's a bit harder than they thought, but usually funner than they thought. And funner is a word in this room. And some people come here just because they maybe have moved here. They don't know anybody. So they just want more friends. Some people come here, they broke up with somebody. They need a boost of self-esteem, or they lost their husband or their boyfriend. The death in the family is pretty common here. So we're just here to lift people up.
Yeah, and you do an amazing job at it.
Thank you. You haven't even been to a class.
No, I haven't. Well, I don't know if
you should.
I should. I should come down.
We'll have a follow-up.
Do the lyra and the hammocks and the
maybe the
silks.
escape and defense.
I got it right. Silks, right?
We'll put some handcuffs on you and see if you did get it right. Yes.
Yeah, I think Ronnie might put handcuffs on me, but he might not show me how to get out of them before he did it.
Oh my God, we might use you as a dummy. Like, how do you?
That would be probably my greatest contribution.
Okay.
So I want to take a break from the questions about you and the business. These are questions about you. I want to play a game.
Oh, let's do it.
All right. The name of this game is Rapid Response. I'm going to ask you a series of questions. I want you to respond with the first thing that comes to mind. Do not be fooled by the word rapid. You don't have to give a one-word answer. Elaborate as much or as little as you'd like. We just want to get to know Fawnia a little bit more than maybe some of the questions about the business in the past have gotten us today.
Deal. Is there a safe word?
Would you like a safe word?
No, I'm okay.
Okay. You can choose a safe word.
Okay.
I don't think you'll need it, but no one has ever asked that before. So
innovative.
Yeah. It's I should have known walking into the pole dancing studio, we'd have to talk about a safe word. Okay. Ready?
Ready.
All right. Fawnia Mondey, rapid response round. Your time begins now. A podcast recommendation.
Oh, favorite types of ice cream. I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm deprived.
Are you not someone who listens to podcasts?
Not that much. Can you tell?
No. Well, I mean, we've had people come on. They're like, "Oh, I don't listen to podcasts." And
oh, that's a boring answer, but that's truth.
It is true. That's why we're here. We're not.
Oh, man.
I'm not. I asked this question because I listen to a lot of podcasts, and I'm always looking for like new podcasts to listen to. So that's what a lot of these questions are about. That we're going to go through is like,
maybe because my hands are cold.
What can I learn? Right.
Okay, we're going to learn about ice cream coming up next week.
Well, Fawnia's going to start the Vegas ice cream and frozen yogurt podcast, and we're gonna. I don't know what that's going to be, but we're going to check that out.
It will be vegan. I can tell you that.
There you go. Vegan ice cream and frozen yogurt. I don't know how that works, but I can't wait to hear it. A practice you'd like to see more people embrace?
Kabbalah.
Oh, tell us more about that.
I actually don't know a lot about it. I actually don't know a lot about Kabbalah, so I think I need to practice it more.
Okay. There you go.
I'll be the first one in front row.
That's as good a reason as any, right?
Right.
If you don't know about something, go check it out. Someone we should all be paying attention to.
Me.
And we are. Who is someone you're paying attention to right now?
Oh, I'm not mad at her anymore. Madonna.
I guess people were mad at Madonna and I missed it. So.
What? Oh, I wasn't the only one?
Yeah, I missed it. That people were mad at Madonna, and that because I've heard a lot of people say this week I'm not mad at Madonna anymore. And so Madonna, I don't know if I should apologize or not. I don't know what's going on. And to people who are mad at Madonna, I didn't know about it. I'll get caught up. What is either your Get Pumped Up song or your walk-on music?
Oh, okay. I love the Jennifer Lopez song, On the Floor. I can put my pants on with no hands to that song.
Is that on the Fawnia Live video?
It's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube?
And Fawnia No Hands Pants Dance. Something like that.
Okay, everybody go search for that. I know I will, because I haven't seen that yet. The biggest influence in your life?
My mom.
And you still go up to see your mom a lot,
I
right?
do. Yeah, every month.
Once a month, rain or shine, you go up to...
We usually rain. Victoria, British Columbia. I do love it. I love the rain.
A book everyone should read.
I was going to say my diary, but I'm still writing it. I have every day of my life on paper since I was 13. And it's more than one book, I can tell you that. Book everyone should read. Well, I don't really have an answer. Oh God, I do like The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck.
That's a great
It's
one.
a great one.
I just reread that again a couple months ago.
So good. It gets you laughing at some
Yeah.
points. So just read that. I have a few others for the next time we all hang.
Your favorite recreational activity in Vegas? Besides vegan ice cream.
Yeah. I love working out. I have some physical problems. You can't quite tell. But I just love weight training.
And you spend a lot of time in Costa Rica, don't you?
No, I went once.
Okay.
Yeah. I think we were there 8 days.
Okay. Is that your dream vacation spot?
I'd repeat it. I do like it more than Mexico. The people are really chill. Yeah, Costa Rica all the way, Santa Teresa.
All right. Everybody go look that up.
Yes.
All right. A trend you're excited about?
Oh man, I don't follow anything. Black jelly bracelets are coming back.
All right. You heard it here, and you can probably buy some of those here at Pole Fitness Studio.
No, you can actually get them on Amazon. I get that many for $10.
All right. Last one. Favorite sports team or player?
Oh God. I don't follow sports, so I'll just say the Broncos.
Okay, which is a fair answer. We've had people come on this show and say not a sports guy or not a sports girl. I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know any of them. So that's great because we're not here with any kind of agenda with these questions. We're just trying to get to know you a little bit.
I used to know someone very well who was obsessed with the Broncos, so I will support that team today.
All right.
Yes.
That's as good an answer as any.
Sweet.
All right. Thank you for playing our game. It's fun to get to know you a little bit. I want to go back to what we were talking about, how the studio here isn't just about pole dancing. There's all kinds of other fitness, all kinds of other classes. There's all kinds of other community you do here. What is it that makes this place special? What is it that builds what is it that builds this community around this place?
I really, hands down, the instructors that are here are amazing, and they're from such different walks of life and different training modalities, different ages. There's 45 of us. So if you get 45 personalities in a room telling you what to do, you definitely can pick and choose your favorites, but it creates diversity, sometimes a little contrast, and whatever doesn't serve us, they move on to another place. But I think, the instructors. And from that, the students have come. So it's just really grateful for the different types of people, even from around the world. I always compare pole dancing as like the Mormon church, which I used to be a Mormon for 15 years. And when you look at the Mormon church, if you really needed something, and I guess you have to be practicing, but you go into that town and you really need a place to stay or whatever, you could call your bishop at your church and be like, I'm in Texas, and they'll hook you up with a place to stay. Seriously, and that's the same with pole dancing. You can go into any city. I've done it with a few friends of mine going to New York, and my friend's like, yeah, just let her stay with me.
It's great to hear that kind of community exists.
I know not everyone knows their neighbor, and I totally understand why. But with pole dancing, everyone's really loving. It's amazing.
That's great.
Yeah.
You mentioned that you have 45 instructors working here. I don't know if that's the extent of everybody working here, but
receptions as well. So maybe 41 instructors, 4 or 5 at the front desk.
But you've got 45 people working for you, right?
Yeah.
What do you look for when you're hiring people? What are the qualities you look for in hiring people?
I really should be more scrutinizing, but someone who is friendly and answers my texts and phone calls in a timely fashion. Ashlyn, I haven't replied to your text yet today. I didn't have my glasses, sorry. And just overall, just makes me feel good to be around. If I feel a little I have to use my sixth sense. If you feel a little uneasy around somebody, there could be some skeletons in the closet, whatever that might mean. So just being really friendly.
Have you
of course, credentials, first aid, CPR, and know what they're doing, please.
Okay, that's important in a fitness studio. I hadn't even thought of that.
But be kind. Kindness goes so far.
Have you ever had someone come in who's just an amazing pole dancer, and no names? We're not looking to call anybody out here. Who's an incredible pole dancer, but you just didn't think would be a good instructor?
I am not naming that person. Yes.
What does it take to be a great instructor in addition to being a great pole dancer?
Yeah,
besides the things you mentioned about,
that's really
like return my calls and be kind.
Yeah. I won't break down that person in my head, but I think what it takes is to generally care to see that person succeed, as opposed to look good doing it as you demonstrate. That's great. But you really want to see that person get a little bit better in that 55-minute class, whether it's their landing or their takeoff or they just smile a little bit more. Like just the smallest improvements can make a huge difference.
That's awesome. So as we mentioned, there's a lot going on here at Pole Fitness Studios. There's a lot going on in your life as well. You're not someone who rests on your laurels. You didn't just start pole dancing and then like build this. You are always getting some kind of new fitness certification, some new credential or some new skill for yourself, including you just got one yesterday.
I did. What are you stalking me?
Well, so one, I do research before I do these. I mean, put a one in the comments if you'd like me to come into these unprepared in the future. But
we don't want that to happen.
No. What are some of these certifications you pursued, and why was it important for you to continue to pursue these?
Yeah. Well, I did get my nutrition coach degree or certified nutrition coach document through NASM yesterday. And I got that because I did need CEUs for my other courses, personal trainer and group fitness. But I do have a passion for nutrition and being vegan. And I have a 7-year-old son. And I've been vegan now this coming January will be 10 years. I just want to make sure I know what I'm doing. Are my nails going to fall out? My hair? Are my bones going to break? And I want to pass this good information on to my child, my son, and also to anyone that might have a question about just living longer, being better for the planet, and being healthier, and maybe not get cancer or cure cancer.
Be great not to get cancer or to cure cancer.
There
That'd be really wonderful. Do you find that's helpful to the community you've built around Pole Fitness Studio? Are you able to offer that advice? Are people receptive to that advice? How is the experience better for the people who come through these doors?
Yeah, I mean, I've only been certified for 24 hours. Let's go.
On that one, but you have a lot of other certifications.
No, but other people they said, oh, let me know when you got that. I really want help. And I'm like, oh, okay. Because I'm not trying to make another business for myself at all. But I know that with having Caroline, our aerial instructor, and Brenda, one of our personal trainers here, they are also certified nutrition coaches, and they do get asked all the time for advice. So it adds credentials and solidifies our footing here in the health and wellness industries, that we're not just moving our body, we're conscious of what we're putting inside as well.
Folks, one-stop shopping.
Yeah.
Get your pole dancing, get your personal trainer, get your nutrition advice
That's
here
right.
at Pole Dance Studios.
Absolutely. Yeah. And then the nutrition advice, you can just pass it on to your family and hopefully affect the next few generations of your whatever that's called, of your seed.
Yep. So we've shown that you are a lifelong learner. You don't really sit still and just rest on your laurels.
No, actually, next time we do this, we can do this in Hebrew.
I won't be much use to that.
I'll be like, Kol hakavod.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
So you get all these certifications. You're always a lifelong learner. But you've also had a number of other business ventures. You were saying you're not looking to start another business. You've got a couple of other businesses, or have had a couple of other businesses. Tell us about some of those.
Well, I do rent poles. Not sure what you're getting at, but I do rent dance poles. We can drive as far as Salt Lake City, which we did last week, 6 hours. So if you really need us, we will be there. Also, we have burlesque to go. So if you want an entertainer to come to your house and do a classy entertainment dance, we can do that. What other businesses do I have? Let me think.
I only knew about the pole rental, and that was my question, is like what led to, again, diversifying into doing the pole rental. I didn't know about the burlesque thing.
Oh yeah, burlesque to go. So the pole rentals, sometimes people, they want a pole at their party, whether it's their birthday party or they want a pole in their hotel room, or we're booked and they want their birthday party celebrated and they have a suite. So we'll pop over to any hotel and bring that, or your Airbnb. So we built a whole new website, LasVegasPoleRentals.com, and that's been really great, very successful and fun. And then Burlesque to Go, we had one of our members here call the night before Christmas Eve and say, can you maybe bring 3 friends, you and 3 friends, come and do a dance? And I got a DJ and all these people coming for a Christmas party. And I'm like, sure. And then my boyfriend, he's like, you just really need to create a company. Like, like rice to go, like burlesque to go.
But so rice to go, but not rice, burlesque.
Burlesque.
Yeah.
So you're going to get burlesque, not rice. And we'll show up within hours ready to dance.
And if you ask really nicely, they'll probably bring some rice.
Yeah, I will bring rice.
So-
There's many kinds of rice. There's even something called Canadian rice.
What is Canadian
I
rice?
know. I didn't even know that. So maybe you can go to Whole Foods and just look for like a really dark, wholesome, low glycemic rice.
Always good.
Yeah, it keeps you fuller longer. But it's very dark, different shades of brown, very wholesome, very filling.
Were there differences in running the rental business? Did you kind of have to recalibrate yourself as a business owner to do that? Or was it all kind of, I know how to do business stuff?
Yeah, it's kind of cohesive. So it's really just when you're making a phone call, instead of booking a pole dancing party, you just want to rent a pole. I might ask you your address, what time do you want it there? And we'll be there.
And your credit card number.
And your credit card number,
'Cause
or
now-
you can Zelle.
Because now we do that over the phone.
We sure do.
And that does, you mentioned Zelle, that does bring me to my next question. Pole dancing, very physical, very real world, very visceral activity. But we are also in the tech world in this podcast. So we like to ask our guests, what kind of tech are you using both for your business and in your personal life?
For business, I use Walla, which is a scheduling software. So if you're opening up a studio, hands down, Walla, W-A-L-L-A, is a way to go. Stay away from Mind Body, please. Call me. We can talk about that. Other than that, yeah, PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, Zelle. I hope I didn't forget anything. And credit card.
Okay.
Other technology, I do like Canva.
Okay. Fun.
I don't use it too much, but I do like it. A little bit of ChatGPT.
Yeah, what are you using ChatGPT for? I'm always curious what people are using AI for.
Yeah, so a little bit of ChatGPT, just for like simple things. I did ask who's the world's first pole dancing instructor.
And ChatGPT said?
It actually said Fawnia Dietrich. And I said, I have changed my last name. And then it said, well, this is how you correct it. And a week later, without doing those steps, it had corrected itself. So that was nice.
Sam Altman? I know you're getting a lot of criticism right now, but you're getting something right. Something is right with ChatGPT.
No, who's Sam?
Sam Altman's the founder of ChatGPT.
Oh, thanks, Sam. Yeah, no, but Sam, by the way, I've been hearing that ChatGPT is getting a little dumber right now, and it's somewhat forcing you to get the paid version. Have you heard of this?
I have heard that. I have been using the paid version for pretty close to 2 years now because I use it a lot for my business. So I've been using the paid version for a couple of years now, and it's been a long time since I've used the free version, but I noticed it right away when I started paying the $20 a month for the pro version, how much better it was.
Okay, well, there's a selling right there, ChatGPT. Yeah. I may upgrade.
Yeah, check it out. Right,
okay.
do it for a month, and if you don't like it, cancel it.
Yeah.
So
hey, that's a good idea.
Yeah. So cool.
Nice.
I always ask that question. Like we have a lot of tech people on this podcast,
yeah,
so I kind of know what they're going to say when I ask that question. But I had no idea what tech you're using in the business here.
Yeah. And I do like Pinterest. Like when you got to change your nail color, Jason.
I do not have to. I do not know what that is like, but I understand that is a thing.
Yeah, it's a thing. And Pinterest, anything design, like even like shopping for a couch in our new Fawnia room. We checked on Pinterest for inspiration.
Oh, is that the room you just showed me there?
Yes.
Yeah, brand new couch in there. I didn't realize that was a new couch.
New couch, new walls, new poles, new everything. We even took out the ceiling.
Yeah.
New paint, new 3D tiles.
It's fantastic. Maybe we'll get some pictures from Fawnia, some official pictures,
Yes.
and we'll throw them into the podcast here as we're talking about it.
I'm actually going to sign the wall. So
okay.
I'll invite you in to watch the signature go down.
We'll do that, and then we'll post that. So fantastic. What's coming up for you in the next few months? I mean, there's always a lot of changes around here.
Yeah, there is. And I wasn't joking about Hebrew. So I am learning Hebrew. You don't have to learn it. And I will. So you can relax. Stay pretty. What else is going on? Not a whole lot. But this I'm starting a podcast.
Oh, you are? What?
I am.
Tell me.
I almost forgot.
We may have to get into a second hour here if we're going to get into your podcast.
Oh, it's not that interesting compared to yours. But mine's about the people at Pole Fitness Studio.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very typecast.
Mm-hmm. So is it about the people who work here? Is it about the students? Is it just, tell me all about it. When is it going to start? When can I start watching it?
Very fascinating. So we are starting this Sunday.
Okay.
And it's about the instructors or the faces of Pole Fitness Studio and beyond. Have you ever seen that movie where you're like in Bed Bath & Beyond? and you kind of go beyond Bed Bath & Beyond. Whoever's watching this, you know what I'm talking about, put it in the comments. Anyway, it's a good movie.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen the movie, but I think I have seen a Family Guy where they must be referencing that movie.
Yeah. So mine's just a podcast getting to know the faces of Pole Fitness Studio and beyond without the echo.
What was the genesis? Why did you want to do this podcast?
Well, we do have a mini short, tiny podcast. It's called Between Two Poles.
Okay.
And we do it between these two poles. And there's
just like we're doing this one.
Correct, but the chair is between two poles. And there's just been a lot of positive feedback about that. And I think people could handle more than 1 minute short interviews. Okay. Only 1 minute times 3 goes live.
Where can people find those if they want to see them?
The little baby Between Two Poles are on Instagram.
Okay.
And when you're looking at our Instagram, it has a black cover and it says Between Two Poles. And we have 3 interviews per person.
Okay. So it's three questions, shorts. 3 1 minute shorts.
Yeah, like right now, I think it's maybe 6 questions. They chit chat for 15 minutes. The amazing camera guy, Javier, and he's like, "Let's do a podcast." And I said, "Yeah, let's do it." So we're doing it. I'm going to be in your shoes one day, interviewing people.
Just when you thought they couldn't possibly do any more here at Pole Fitness Studio.
Do you have any tips? Can you take me under your wing? What would be some of your tips for me as the person interviewing?
Prepare. You don't have to do a lot of prep, but prepare. Make sure you understand who you're talking to. Like you don't want to know the answers to the questions before you ask them, but you want to know that you're going to get a compelling answer from a question. That's why I prepare.
Okay.
I try not to go in and ask things that are obvious. That's the other thing is with this podcast, I try very hard not to ask questions that people have been asked on podcasts a million times before. Because we have a lot of authors, we have a lot of tech guys, a lot of executives, a lot of leaders in their industry. So I try to, that's one of the reasons we play the game is so we can get out of that. Yeah. At least in the game, maybe they're getting asked something they haven't been asked a million times before.
Right.
Because people who go on podcasts also have their own audience who go and watch or listen to the podcast because they're fans of that person.
Makes sense.
So that's what I always try to do is I hope I've asked you things you haven't been asked before.
Yeah, the word ice cream has never come out of my mouth. So
never once?
What you do to me, Jason?
Well, that's what we're here to do. I'm excited. And so you're starting that Sunday?
On Sunday. Yeah, we're filming 2 episodes in the Fawnia room.
Okay.
And then 2 the following
Can you
Sunday.
tell us who the first couple guests are?
Yeah, one of them will be me.
Okay.
And I have Jenny Boscos interviewing me.
Okay.
And I will interview her.
Oh, that'll be great.
Yeah.
And probably, actually, those will probably be coming out around the same time this is coming out. So
maybe. March is a big month.
Yeah, so March is a big month. What else? So you're doing a podcast, which is huge, right? So
I have no idea. You know, honestly, I dive into things. I don't know how huge they are. Like when I started Pole Expo, it reminded me, well, no, other way around. I created that Fawnia room, and the 3D wall was such an undertaking. It felt like reminding me when I started the convention. Like, what am I doing? But maybe the podcast is a big deal. I have no idea. So thanks.
Yeah, we didn't even get into Pole Expo because it's been a number of years since you've done. I didn't know if you wanted to talk about Pole Expo or not.
It's actually coming back.
Is it?
Yes.
Are we breaking that news here?
Well, we can break the news. I don't run it anymore.
Okay.
I've sort of leased it, whatever you want to call
Licensed it out to somebody else. That's the move.
I licensed it to Johnny. So Johnny Boy on Instagram is taking it and he's running with it, doing huge things. It's going to be taking place the very end of April through, I think, May 1st, May 2nd.
This year?
This year.
I know. Can I get a media pass?
Yeah, I'll talk to the man, Johnny.
All right.
Yes.
What else have we missed? What else is coming up for you?
I think we covered it. We got nutrition. We got Hebrew. We have a Fawnia room. We have Pole Expo coming back. I did make new socks. They came yesterday. Oops. There we go, a little thread. I hope you even see that.
Yep.
Oh, I've got to point my toe.
So we should certainly be able to see that.
Okay.
So.
There's really nothing new except for I'm just excited to be on your podcast, Jason.
I'm excited to have you. I've wanted to do this for a long time. I'm glad we got to work this out. As I said, you are so well known and so well loved in this community. So, is there anything you want to leave us with before you go? Whether it's about entrepreneurship, especially for young women out there who might be interested in starting their own business, or young women who are just starting their journey in life. Is there anything you want to leave us with?
Well, talking about books, I don't remember who wrote it, but it's called You're a Badass, I believe. So I highly recommend listening to that audiobook or reading it. And if you have an idea for your business, start now, which means just put your pen on paper and actually do that versus typing on your phone. And the more you can write it down, the more real it feels. Yep. And another great book that I read is called, I might have to text you. I think it's called Bullseye. Maybe it's Bullseye. It's written by Robert Kennedy, who created Muscle and Fitness magazine from Canada. He did end up passing away after 11 months of having lung cancer, stage 4, never smoked in his life. But he wrote a really good book called Bullseye, and it's about business. And if you can do at least 5 things a day towards your business, you will succeed. And that could be answering email, returning a phone call, making a post, liking 20 posts. I know everything's very social media these days. Putting an ad on Facebook or whatever. Just do 5 things every day. Imagine that over a month. That's 90 things you have done for your business.
Yep, get that flywheel turning. In that book, You're a Badass.
And Bullseye by Robert Kennedy.
The You're a Badass book is by Jen Cisneros.
That's right.
It's a great book. She's actually got a couple of those books in that series, and they are all great. Go read those.
I think
I
they're
highly
yellow.
recommend those.
And then the Making Money one. You're a badass at making money is green.
Mm-hmm.
But if you just want to just simplify, because you are a badass in all things in life, and I bet you there's a lot of repeat in the green one. I don't know.
They're all good, so go check them out.
They're all good. Okay, and then just don't give a fuck. So that's a subtle art of not giving a fuck by, who wrote that one?
Oh, I am blanking on that one.
But you can't miss it. Subtle art of not giving a fuck. It's going to bring smile to your face.
I'm blanking on it. I've read it a couple times and I'm blanking on it.
Great.
So,
now, do you read the books or are you doing audio?
It depends on what it is. So a book like that I will read because I'm the kind of reader I'll read for a little bit and then I'll want to jump back and look at something that I saw a couple of pages ago.
Do you highlight?
Yes, and I do a lot of stuff on my iPad. So I highlight on the iPad. One of the things I do, if I highlight something on the iPad, one of the things you can do is you can use the share function on Amazon, on Kindle.
Okay.
You use the share function. You can turn that into a Canvas style picture, and then you can just put those into your photo feed to go back and flip through later on. So.
Oh, fascinating. Okay, I'm getting schooled.
Yeah. So, but there are a lot of things that. Like history books, business books, especially if they're stories, they're narratives, like a beginning, middle, and end of a story. I'll listen to those on audiobooks because I can, just like podcasts, I can process those while I'm doing other stuff. So,
how about Brave New World? Have you gone down that?
Oh God, I haven't read that. I read that in high school.
Isn't it interesting that they're putting that book in 1984 in our school program?
Mm-hmm.
That's another podcast.
That's another podcast.
All right.
And I do want to thank you for joining us today, Fawnia. Please look into that camera and tell everybody where they can find you so they can thank you for joining us today.
All right. My name is Fawnia Mondey, and thank you so much for joining us today here at Pole Fitness Studio.
All right. And we will link up all the links to Pole Fitness Studio and Fawnia on Instagram, the website. Are you on LinkedIn?
Oh man, I can't remember my password, and you know how that goes. And I'm not well.
All right. Well, I know you are very active on Instagram, so check her out there. We'll put all those links in.
And TikTok. If you're of the younger generation, we've got TikTok is flying right now.
A lot of very compelling videos, both on Instagram and TikTok. So, well, thank you for joining us today. I want to thank all of you for watching or listening, however you're getting this podcast. If you found this conversation helpful, please like it and share it with someone who can use it. Don't forget to subscribe. You may think you're subscribed if you're seeing this in your feed, but you may not be subscribed. And since I'm asking everybody for favors, if you're on a podcast platform and you can leave a review, please leave us a 5-star review. It helps get out the word about these conversations we have with people like Fawnia, and we have many more of these interviews coming up. So go out there, do great things today, onward and upward.
Woohoo!